Good evening, everybody, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, or whatever holiday that you celebrate. This is Storm here bringing you a gaming news roundup for December 19th to the 25th. We got a couple of small news and a couple of big news that happened during this week. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Our first bit of news that we have gotten this week is some details gameplay for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Some info how Cal will perform compared to his first outing in Jedi Fallen Order. Cal now has 5 fighting stances, dual lightsaber, blaster plus lightsaber, etc. Kind of sound like how Ghost of Tsushima has different sword stances, wind, stone, water, and I forgot what the 4th stance was. But it kind of sounds similar to that aspect. Different stances work best against certain enemies. New traversal mechanics, zip lines, ride mounts. We have seen this from the trailer reveal for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And a new mercy friend, Bode, can be a buddy AI, which we saw him for a couple seconds in the trailer. But it looks like he can help you get around the map or be able to do combat finishers. So that will be fun. That'll be fun when Star Wars Jedi Survivor comes out next year. Our next bit of news, there was talks that the head for Gran Turismo 7, I forgot what his name was. It was said that he was thinking about bringing Gran Turismo 7 to the PC, but it turns out that is not the case. It said reports came out saying Gran Turismo 7 is not in development for PC, says Polyphony Digital. This comes after the game company hinted earlier this week a PC version was being considered, and I do have the direct quote for what he said right here. And here is the interview quote from Yamamuchi, which is the head for Polyphony Digital. And it said, and the interviewer asked him, "It seems you told overseas media that you are researching and developing a PC version of Gran Turismo. Is this true?" He replied saying, "That's not true regarding a PC version." I replied, "As a developer, it's not that I haven't considered all the possibilities. That means that the possibility is not zero. Simply, if you ask me, are you doing anything concrete? I'm not doing anything. There's nothing to talk about." Basically, the thought had crossed his mind, but as of right now, there's no development being worked on for a PC version for Gran Turismo. And there's no more to say from that. This is not really news when something be said in an interview and it's totally get taken out of context, or like the person who's answering the question don't fully elaborate what they mean, so the interviewer would try to basically try to spin the words to what he's trying to say, if that makes sense. Like, it's nothing new. Stuff like this happens. Alright. And this interview happened during the week of Gran Turismo 7. Gran Turismo, the franchise, hit their 25th anniversary, and they have come out and said that the Gran Turismo series as a whole sold 90 million on PlayStation, which makes Gran Turismo the top selling PlayStation franchise, which is not really new because I do recall like Gran Turismo was around since the PlayStation 1 era, so the fact they are their number one studio franchise, yeah. Congrats to Polyphony Digital on this milestone. On to our next one. sales have come out for the PlayStation 5 in Japan, and they came out and said the PlayStation 5 consoles sales in Japan are exploding now that shortage issue have been resolved. Sony has sold over 70,000 PS5 consoles last week. So now that the chip shortages have been sorted out at PlayStation, they're now hitting their stride of selling in the major markets. And to what I recall, when it came to Japan, that took the biggest hit when it came to chip shortages and stuff. So now that we see that the PS5 is now catching steam in Japan, we'll see how well PlayStation do from here on out. Especially now that last week I said that somebody from PlayStation said 2023 is going to be a big year for PlayStation. So, to be honest, that could mean anything, like a new revision of the PS5, I'm hoping a whole bunch of showcases that show what the first parties are working on. We do got some hints what the first party going to be working on. It just, at this point, we just need to give us a little taste. Don't give us the whole meal, but give us appetizers so we can be like, all right, yeah, they're hitting this could do well. This could do well. They're one because one. Here's the thing when it comes to PlayStation. They kind of switched it up when the PS5 launched, but usually they start off slow. Then when it gets to halfway into the year, that's when they start picking up steam. But of course, with the PS5 came out, the PlayStation had a whole bunch of day one first party games dropping when the PS5 launched. So now it kind of switched. They hit full throttle at launch. Now they slowing down. They slow down in the middle part, and God of War came at the end. So that was a way for them to finish off the year. Now this could be PS5 could spread out, because so far the only first party game that we know that's releasing in 2023, and that is Spider-Man. So time will tell what that coming. When that's gonna happen. We have a interview from Naoki Yoshida, which is the producer for Final Fantasy 16 on the PS5 Japan supply. He came out and said, I have been constantly talking to everyone at Sony Interactive Entertainment. You will be able to buy them. From the beginning of the new year, you will see a day when they start piling up. So please look forward to the PlayStation 5 together with Final Fantasy 16. And apparently, he went into further details on the PS5. He have said, let me find his exact quote. I had it. All right. No, that wasn't it. Here it is. He said, in a follow-up, he said, Yoshi P said the Final Fantasy 16 Revenge trailer is all real-time and that the game would show the power of the PlayStation 5. It's his quote said, it's all real-time rendering, the latest trailer. No loading. It become a game that is look at the power of the PlayStation 5. So, he said if you want to turn the camera, you could turn it. Basically, you take a look at the latest trailer for Final Fantasy 16. That was the complete. I'm not so sure. I would say that was the complete rendering for Final Fantasy 16, but that was the latest version running on the PS5, and there was no cuts, nothing. It was all real time, and I freaking love that. Of course, as more games start releasing, the PS4 and the Xbox One will slowly start phasing out. So now that we can see, another game taken. By the looks of it, he is tapping out the complete power for the PS5. So I can't wait till the final authorization for Final Fantasy 16 release. I already got that game pre-order, and so far, that is my number one most anticipated game for 2023. And other quick note, we do have the sales for Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion. It said that Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion marks the first time in Japan that a multi-platform retail release has sold the most on PS5. Hopefully we'll see further improvement in the Japanese PS5 game sales in 2023. And it says right here, it sold 54.5K on the PS5, 53.4K on the PS4 version, and 48.5 on the Nintendo Switch. I'm happy Crisis Core is getting some sales in. Granted, I never got a chance to play it on the PSV version, and I'm enjoying my playtime for it. Keep a lookout for the complete playthrough. I believe I'm a little bit probably the halfway mark of the game, so I'm approaching to the end. So once I finish the story, I'm gonna run it again on hard mode and get that platinum. All right. Well, further, let's continue on with the news. We have reports on four PlayStation games that's in the works at the moment, and I have the pictures of them right here. As you can see right here, this comes from PlayStation Visual Arts Studio, and it says 4 games that they are working on and it's in production at the moment. As you can see at the top going down, we have Death Stranding 2, a working title, which we saw at the Game Award, which was revealed at the Game Awards of this year. An upcoming first-person shooter, Firewall Ultra, and we have an upcoming third-person cooperative shooter. When it comes to the upcoming first-person shooter and the third-person cooperative shooter, it was said that the multiplayer, the first-person shooter is from Firewalk Studio, which is a studio that Sony purchased. I believe it was this year or probably last year that they purchased them. It was one of those years, and apparently it said that Death Stranding 2 and this first-person shooter is supposed to launch in 2024, according to an ArtStation profile. And the third-person cooperative shooter, which shows for 2013, I saw some people believe that this could be The Last of Us Part 2 Factions multiplayer. It is very likely that it's going to be it because Naughty Dogs supposedly have been working on this for a long time. Like, especially like the multiplayer was supposed to be I don't believe it was supposed to be day one with the single player game, but by the looks of it, they want to make this its own game. So we're close to entering 2023. We don't know when we'll probably see the fruition of it, especially the old developers and studios are going to go on their vacation break. So most likely we'll probably see a showcase that reveal this. Cause what I remembered was it might be a free to play game, which some people don't really like the idea that it becomes a free to play game because they get hit with a whole bunch of microtransactions and nobody likes that. So time will tell what's happening with that. Right, on to our next one. We have some news. That was the last bit of the small news. Now we're going to the big news. Our next news we have is Square Enix have revealed basically like the art style for the next Kingdom Hearts Missing Link mobile game, and it looks like it will be like a heavy dark tone with it. Some people actually give off the vibe of a Bloodborne, and the picture will be right here. As you can see from the picture, it definitely give off the Bloodborne vibe from it. And you may not know this about me, but Kingdom Hearts is one of my favorite franchise I ever played in gaming, and I would stand by that statement. And there will be a private beta that only 1,000, I believe, will be selected to take part for it. It will be on iOS phones in Japan. And what Square Enix have told the people who get selected, they're not allowed to record, or they're unable to record any type of video whatsoever of the game, but they are allowed to like talk about their experience with it. So it's supposed to take it's supposed to go down next year, so I will be checking out those reviews when, well, not really review per se, but first impression of the people who played the beta of it, because I may not play that much app games and stuff, but I would like to try it out, especially I play the other Kingdom Hearts mobile games, and of course this is part of the narrative, so I might as well just play it instead of just waiting out for the story to come out and me watching it. So yeah, so for all we know, it'll probably be a fun experience, so I'm definitely going to try it out. Alright, on to our next one. We have got last week I reported that Marvel Spider-Man 2 had been added to be wishlist and follow on the PlayStation Store. But it turns out that was not the only game that also got added. Apparently, Rise of the Ronin and Stellar Blade have also been added to the wishlist list. Yeah, just like with Marvel Spider-Man 2, Stellar Blade and Rise of the Ronin have been added to the wishlist to follow. Usually when a game be added to be wishlist or follow, usually there's some type of announcement that's going to happen soon. So more than likely we will see like either like a new trailer for these games. As of right now, Rise of the Ronin released in 2024, and Stellar Blade is coming sometime in 2023. I'm not surprised that Stellar Blade got added to the wish list, but I am surprised Rise of the Ronin had been added, especially it's not coming out for a while. But hey, I'm always looking forward to see some new gameplay or some type of trailer for the game. So yeah, so more than likely something will probably happen in the future that have all those three games, probably like in a State of Play, PlayStation Showcase, because they didn't have one for this year. They had a couple of State of Plays, but not a first part showcase. So we'll see what happens when we get into the new year. Right, on to our next one. We have is, I don't normally talk about these things, but just because I'm a big fan and some videos I have seen about it, the people are pretty credible, because especially this one person who I saw reported this video. He made a video talking about it and stuff and what could be showed, and he was right on the money with it. And apparently this game had been in the works for a while, and at some point the project switched to a different developer. But as he reported, some of the stuff that was made by the original developers are still in this game. But I want to say this: these images that I will show is from a 2018 build of the game. So these are not the final build. So don't judge the quality of the images. So we have, at the Game Awards, we have gotten a reveal trailer for a new Transformers game, and I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan when it comes to the Transformers. Like growing up, I watched like the old Transformers show and stuff. Not like the, of course, granted, not like the old ones because I wasn't around for those. But I saw the one where like Optimus Prime used to like transform to like a fire truck and stuff. I had those toys when they had Hot Shot, Red Alert, the Minicons, Unicrons, like all that jazz. And I did got into when Beast Wars came out. It was all fun times when it came to Transformers. And now we got the last Transformer game that ever came out was for Transformers Devastation. Yeah, it was Devastation. But there was a Transformer game. It was absolutely the best they could have made. And I'm upset that High Moon Studios and Activision had a falling out because that game got removed from stores and stuff. So I was really upset that it got removed because I was gonna buy it for the PS4, and unfortunately I was too late. By the time I got the money to go purchase it because they had it as a bundle, it was removed from the store, and I was heartbroken. The games I'm talking about, if you haven't guessed it yet, it was Transformers Fall of War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron. And those were like the best Transformers game ever when it came to like story, gameplay. Especially the game takes place on the final moments of Cybertron during the war. It was, oh man. If I had a choice to, if somebody give me a choice, if I could remake any game and it would actually come out, I would definitely pick those games. But why am I bringing up Transformers right now? But apparently, some leak photos for supposedly for Transformers Reactor got leaked. But as I said before, these are from a 2018 build of the game. So we don't know how the game is going to look. But what I could tell is that I believe on the Transformers Reactor website, it is a co-op game that could go to 4 players, and it will be third person, which makes sense because a lot of people want to see their Transformers, and going first person transforming in and out of robot mode, it's, I don't know, I wouldn't like that experience, to be honest. And to be a 4-person Transformer games, that's pretty interesting to hear. So I'm gonna post the pictures, and we're gonna talk about what it entails. As you can see in the first picture, we have the person play as Bumblebee. He got a sharp carbine fighting against an enemy. Health bar 300, but he has an overshield that gives him 200. He has some type of abilities, and you see the squad members and health and level on the top left corner. Pause the video if you want to see the pictures clearly. But as you can see, like the surrounding area textures are not well polished. So, like I said, 2018 build, and yeah, it looks like Earth is like broken down. It basically looks like apocalypse is going on, especially for what the announcement trailer showed us, that a new threat have come to Earth, and the humans are trying to reactivate fallen Autobots and Decepticons to help against this threat. So all that jazz. I can see in this picture that the HUD is more updated, because the last screenshot that I had with Bumblebee, it looked like Borderlands meeting Transformers with the cell shaded look. Here we got Ratchet this time, walking through the city. He got objectives, the new loadout for his abilities, health, and weapon. He got 2 other players and a reticle. So, yeah. I believe this build is still 2018, but they did change stuff around. And to be honest, this is a better look of the HUD, in my opinion, compared to the old one that we just saw. Here we have a new screenshot of Bumblebee. Like in the loadout section, we see his 3 abilities, which is multi-shot, chain lightning, and blink. Which kind of makes you think Bumblebee will have like electrical based abilities. And for the text writing that's there, it looks like somebody tried to translate what they were saying, but it was not translated very well. So don't take this as what the actual text is saying. Somebody did a complete breakdown of all this info that came out for that cover all this. I will post a link to his YouTube channel for you to check out if you want. And he did amazing job doing the breakdown. It really got me more interested in the game than I was, and I was already gonna get the game off rip. All right, we got 2 more pictures. Alright, then here we have Starscream with his character info and his weapon Shark Carbine and his abilities, which is Barrage, Charge Null Ray, and Null Ray. And we got his stats. He's a scout. And yeah, it'd be cool. We're getting to see, like, it looks like these what's going on with these leaks, that these could be still be in the game, but like I said, things are designed to change, and I kind of do like the layout of this menu, so hope that stays in. Alright, on to our last leak photo. And here we have supposed characters that are good being in the game. We got Starscream, Slipstream, Hot Rod, Soundwave, Sunstreaker, Ironhide, and Windblade. And as you saw, there was a 23 progress bar under Starscream. This could be like you building a relationship or a reputation with said Autobot or Decepticon in the game, which I kind of do like that idea. And I do like their new Transformers look, because it kind of fit what's going on in the world. And I can't wait to see more of this game. Alright, we're at the end of the video now. I hope you guys enjoyed this news breakdown for the week of the 19th to the 25th. All you guys just warm out there, and happy holidays from StormRiderProject. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a good night.